Anyway, okay, so this is like what I technically would call our team call, but I decided that I didn't want it just to be our team. I wanted to open it up to any of like our challengers because I feel like it's important for anyone to have feedback and to get ideas or to give us ideas, things like that. So I am grateful for those of you who are not coaches, who are willing to be on here and just give us some feedback and some ideas about challenge groups. I've just been doing some thinking and listening and to some different team calls and things from other leaders. And I just really want to make sure that I'm giving you guys the experience that you're hoping for. And if there's anything that you feel like you're not getting that you wish you were getting more of, then I want to make sure that we as a team can offer that to you. It's a cool thing about like having a team of other women who are also in this with me is that we can work together to like help you with that. Where did it go? Of course, I don't have my book with me. I brought some stuff over here, but I didn't bring my Girl Wash Your Face book that I was going to show you guys. But just shameless plug. If you have not been able to get the book Girl Wash Your Face, or if you've never read it before, hopefully Michelle can hop back on. Or somebody fell off. But if you have not read Girl Wash Your Face, or if you're in the middle of reading it, hopefully you understand like just the value of how amazing this book is. I feel like having a book club every month or every couple months, just depending on how long it takes us to read the book, I feel like it's so valuable just for helping everybody to have a really good mindset while they're going through whatever fitness program they're doing, or if they're just focusing on nutrition, that's fine too. So I guess I wanted to just kind of get your guys' feedback on the book idea. Like, do you guys feel like do you like having a specific book that I recommend or that we recommend as a group? Or do you feel like it helps to be able to just kind of pick your own books? You guys can unmute yourselves and talk away.
I think it's definitely helpful if someone else is picking the book.
Okay.
Just because for me, it's the first time I've read like a personal development book.
Okay, so Amanda votes, just pick one and tell us what it is, basically, right?
Yeah.
What is this? Okay, I'm just taking, so we like the book club idea overall. That's something that I do every single day is personal development. And so I know that it really helps me a lot. And so like, that's part of why I try and emphasize it and try and share different things. But I feel like sometimes I don't get that message across super clearly that like, we're reading a book, you guys should read it too. So what do you guys feel like is the best way to communicate that? Like, do you feel like if I send out an email to everyone or like things like that, does that help? Or is it better to do like instant messages on Facebook or Instagram?
For me, it's anything. Whatever the
Okay,
easiest.
so just any kind of a message. So, okay, I just wanted to ask you guys this. I send messages sometimes on my challenge tracker app. Do you guys get just raise of hand, do you guys get those messages when they come through? Like, okay, so when you see them, what does it show you? Because it doesn't send them to me. I don't know what you guys see. So what does it show you like on your end? Does it give you a place to respond or like anything like that?
It's not as user-friendly as Facebook. It shows up as a little notification that you've sent a message or you've mentioned, but it groups it with all of your notifications.
Okay, so it's kind of a little bit like, yeah, you have to really be looking for it. So sometimes you guys probably miss it sometimes, I'm guessing. Okay. So with that said, do you guys, I know all of you, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all 6 of you guys plus me, I know we all have a Facebook. I think that there's maybe like 2 people in our My Challenge Tracker group right now who don't have a Facebook. My question is if we shifted over to, like I have on Facebook, I have like a JoyFit community. If we shifted over to doing our groups in a Facebook group, would you guys feel like that would be any easier for you? Like, do you feel like it's more user-friendly, a little easier to follow? I want to make it like visually easy to follow. And I feel like for me, sometimes when I'm going through the My Challenge Tracker app, I'm just like, okay, it's great to be able to see who's logging their workouts and to see who's logging their Shakeology or, updates to measurements or updates to goals, but I can't always see everything from the day. Like it's not all in one good place. Does that make sense? So I guess what I'm wondering is for like October through the end of the year, would you guys be up for switching over to Facebook and just seeing how that goes? See if we like shift it to be like an ongoing community over there, if that's a little bit easier. Or do you feel like it's nice to have the separation from Facebook?
Can you hear me, Danae?
Yes, Michelle, I can hear you.
Okay.
Everyone is
what they're doing.
unmuted except for Tanya. So Tanya, if you are chatting, then you can type in the chat whenever. Or I mean, you're welcome to talk. We can listen to your raspy voice. It will be fine.
Personally, I really like the app.
Okay.
One of my friends, she is in a beach body group, but on Facebook, and she was showing it to me, and it just looks like just a jumbled mess. And I think I had mentioned it to you before. I really like the app, and I was trying to stay away from social media just because, I don't know, like it can be a little bit overwhelming sometimes, but I really enjoy the app. But I mean,
Okay.
it's whatever, I guess whatever works best for you, then I'd be fine doing that too.
So I guess like my biggest thing is that I want you guys to have at least one post a day to check into. So with the app, that's usually the pinned post. So like on the app, it'll say like, here's the pinned post. And that's the most recent post from myself. That basically is like your check-in. There's usually some kind of a question at the top of there or at the bottom of that post that is like asking you a question about something or asking you to contribute something. That's kind of like where I feel like it helps. Like if we're all commenting on that, then things don't get lost, if that makes sense. So I guess my thinking, if we shifted to a Facebook group, then there's ways to make it a little bit restricted so that it can't just be like a jumble of posts from who knows who. Like it can basically just be that like myself and any of the people that I approve to be like coaches can post into the group. And so anyway, I like the idea of, the only reason that I like the idea of the Facebook group is because the Facebook group has a learning group that you can, I can show you guys this. Hold on. It has like just a learning group setting basically where you can organize things and you can kind of make it like a units of posts. And so it's really easy to follow. But at the same time, like it is Facebook. And so you're right. Like it can be really easy to get distracted on Facebook and to feel like, oh my gosh, I'm going from here to here to here to, oh my God, I didn't even like see this. So anyway, hold on. I wanted to see if I could show you guys this. Let's see. Nope. Let's minimize all these messages. Don't you love when in Facebook, you just open it up and it's like, hello, I'm going to just open everything for you. I don't need everything open right now. I just need this. Okay, so I wanted to share this with you guys really fast and just show you, how do I share this? Okay, so a Facebook learning group, basically what it does is that it allows you to put units in the group and announcements. So the announcements would be like a pinned post. So any of the most important posts would go there. But the units, it's like, this is just my new coach training. So like those of you who are coaches on our team, I think you guys have been through this or you're familiar with it. But this is how we organize our training. And so it's just like day 1, day 2, day 3. So like this would, to me, it's just organized. And so like, I like the idea of that. But I feel like there's a way that we could kind of create something like, maybe not exactly like this, but just kind of something similar for the group. Anyways, so, okay. So what I'm hearing so far, I'm hearing 2 votes for the app. And do we have any other votes?
I personally, for me, I think probably the app. I like having the separation. So my
Okay.
brain processes differently, but
Yeah, well, and that's why I've been doing the app for like the last year and a half. I've just been hearing all of this, all the calls I've been listening to recently. They're like, we do a Facebook group because engagement is better. And I guess to me, that's the thing that sometimes gets discouraging for me as your guys' coach when I go through there and I see everybody posting their selfies and their like just, hey, I drank my shake today, or silly pictures, but I don't see a whole lot of like engaging back and forth with each other. And I feel like as much as it kind of can be a little bit extra of an effort, if you guys just take 5 minutes, like seriously less than 5 minutes even, just scroll through some of the most recent posts and just engage with each other, encourage each other. Like that's what creates the community, because I don't want this to be me and all of you guys. I want it to be like, you guys know each other and you guys recognize each other. But the hard thing is that as much as I can do to encourage you guys to do that, I can't force anyone to do that. So I don't want you to feel like you have to, in the sense that I'm saying, I'm going to kick you out if you don't do this. But if you're willing to be that kind of person and just willing to be encouraging, and you have that thought that somebody, maybe somebody looks a little discouraged in their selfie, or maybe they're just having a rough day and they talk about it in their posts, like encourage them in some way. Uplift each other, because that's what creates the community that we need. Like I have to like shout out, who was it? I think it was Michelle and Sarah. You guys, like Brandy commented something and you guys both just cheered her on and just told her like, it's so awesome that you're doing this. Like, we're proud of you. And like, that's the kind of thing that I would love to see more of, because to me, that shows me that I'm not just the one that you guys are watching for encouragement, like that you guys can rely on each other too. Because I mean, like life happens and sometimes I can't look at the app every single day. And as much as I try to, like my life gets crazy, and maybe like there's like today have you ever had that feeling that you want to throw up, but you can't? Like that's
Yep.
how I felt like for the last 4 hours, and it will not go away. And I'm like, can this just stop? So I just like have been existing for the last little while, and I feel okay-ish now. But anyway, sometimes I just don't remember, or I just don't quite get there in time for one day, and I have to go back to the previous days. So it really makes a huge difference when you guys show up, and when you guys show up for each other, and not just a quick like, oh, logged my workout, logged my shake. Like engage with the posts, tag each other even. If you guys feel like there's someone who you're like jiving with, or that you would like to get to know better, then reach out to them, tag them in a post and say, hey, would you want to hook up? And maybe we can be like accountability buddies, is what I've called it before. That would just be like, just maybe someone who's in a similar life situation to you, or who's on a similar goal period in like their goals. So just to give you an example, someone who has 5 pounds to lose versus someone who has 20 pounds to lose, like it might be a little bit easier for someone to link up with someone else who has 5 or 10 pounds to lose if they only have 5 pounds to lose. Like they might recognize, different patterns and thoughts and things that can be like limiting beliefs in each other, and they can encourage each other through those. Same thing with seasons of life. Like if you're single and you're in school or you're working full time, like then let's find out who else in the group is just like living the life of the same lifestyle that you are. And let's like hook you guys up so that you guys can connect with each other outside of the group, because I think it's easier, this is what's silly. It's easier to connect with other people through other methods. So like to be friends on Facebook or to be friends on Instagram. But then it's once you're like kind of in their life and you see them in more than just our challenge group, then when you see them in the challenge group, you're like, oh, you're awesome. Like, good job. I'm so proud of you. Like you got your workout done, or, good job for sticking to nutrition today. That kind of thing. So what was my other, I had a point to this. Hold on. My brain is like, and poof. Oh, okay. So, here's my thing. You guys all are in a thread on Facebook. I would just encourage you guys all to go friend each other after we get off of this call. Like all of you should be in the Spice Up Your Life group, or in the, I know I have two chat threads in Facebook going right now. And just go friend each other. And maybe what we could do is, would it help if I, like had everybody drop like tomorrow, let's say I just had a post in the app that just said, hey, if you want to connect with each other on Instagram or on Facebook, then drop your handle or your link to your profile here, and we can all go friend each other. Would that like kind of help so that it's all in one place?
Yes, I think
Yeah.
that would help.
Okay, we can do that. I like that idea. So Facebook or Instagram friends. Danica, I'm currently friending
Yay.
everyone. Sarah's saying. So Sarah, I like the short-term challenges. You guys know sometimes they do like free groups and free focus groups, things like that. I like doing those on Facebook because it's just easier on Facebook than to try and teach everybody how to use the app and all of that. For like the long-term groups, I think that my biggest thing is that I just want you guys to feel like it's a bigger community than just everybody posting for themselves. So I guess what I'm asking is I'm just asking you guys to be aware of other people in the group, and let's become friends. Let's like the 8 of us that are on here right now, like let's just become friends with each other and not just you guys are friends with me or you guys are friends with your coach. I think I'm all of your guys' coach, but for someone later might be listening, I might not be their coach. Like be friends with each other, because that's what's going to create those relationships. Like that's why I'm still here, is I have relationships with people on my team, people like from other challenge groups that I've done before that I like don't want to lose them, because they're the kinds of people who have supported me through the ups and downs of the last 4 years. So, okay, Facebook and Instagram friends post. So Sarah, I was trying to decide between the app and Facebook group. I think we'll just stick with the app. It sounds like the general consensus is the app is easier and like a better space. Do you guys feel like the one day in the morning, like I usually have it in the morning, sometimes I'm late. But do you guys feel like that one check-in post in the morning, like is that fine? Would you benefit from having, like I've had the thoughts before, we've done this in the past. We've been in my groups long enough. Tanya, like I know that you've done this with us. I used to do a morning check-in and an evening check-in. And it was a little bit separate, but it was more like a morning, like, okay, did you get your workout in? How are you doing on nutrition? Did you, listen to read your personal development? And then in the evening, it might've been more of like, I don't know, adding some kind of a video in for you to watch, or quotes from a book, something inspiring, kind of something to just uplift you, something like that, or vice versa. But are you guys, is it like, do you guys see the posts once a day? Do you feel like it's too much even just to have once a day?
I like the post in the morning. Well, I see it. I always look at it.
I know you have like I think when I post it, if I can get it scheduled ahead of time, it posts at like 4 a.m. Eastern time.
Yeah, it's
4 a.m. my time, actually. It can post really super early if I like schedule it to post really early. So just so you guys know, if you see a post and it says, Danae posted at 4 a.m., it does not mean I got up at 4 a.m. It just means I used the system, because I would like to make it consistent. But right now I'm just pulling posts from Facebook, so I have to wait till I see the Facebook post in the morning. So anyway.
Okay, that's good, because I thought you were waking up at 4 o'clock in the morning when I was seeing it when I got up at 7.
No, I'm not waking up at 4 a.m. You guys, I sleep until 7, like almost every single day right now. It's ridiculous. I need to get up early tomorrow though, because it's Joshua's birthday and he's expecting things. And he's been telling me for weeks, Mom, on my birthday, you have to wake up and surprise me. Okay, buddy, the pressure is on. Okay, so terrible at check-ins. Okay, Tanya, can you clarify that? One was always interactional, like interaction. It says international. Oh, informational. Yeah, okay. Okay, thank you. I just like I can't I can't translate. Okay. One was always informational and one was the check-in. Okay, so if we did like an informational post and then had like an afternoon evening check-in post, would you guys like, does that make a difference to you guys? Is it easier to check in after the whole day's over, or like, I don't know, Danica, you mentioned like it gets lost in your day a little bit sometimes. I don't know if we can unmute. Oh, Danica, can I unmute you? Oh, there we go.
My little one's sleeping in the room, so I'm trying to be quiet.
Oh,
Which
okay.
is why I'm typing.
You can totally type. That's fine.
Sorry.
It's okay. She has the cutest little baby girl. Like, guys, you're going to want to just stalk her whole Facebook because her baby is so cute. And her name's Delaney, which I think is the cutest thing. Okay, you check in the middle of the night when you're nursing. That's what I used to do, so I totally applaud you for that. Okay, so I'm leaning towards the let's just try it for like the rest of the month. I'll do something kind of informational or something to uplift you, something to kind of inspire you, give you some kind of an uplift in the day. And then if you guys can check in later in the afternoon, then check into the top post in the afternoon, and that one will have like reflect on your day, because it is important to reflect on those things and to get in the habit of like thinking about the questions that I ask you. Because if you're not thinking or aware of where you're at, then nothing's going to change. And if you want something to change, we need to be aware of what needs to change. Okay. We can try something like that. I'm just playing around with the ideas. I really appreciate the feedback though. Okay. Is there any like specific types of things that you wish you saw more of in the group? Like, do you wish there were more recipes? Do you have anything that you feel like, oh my gosh, I just really need some more help with this? I would like to see more of this kind of post. That's really vague. I know. I'm just trying to leave it open.
I think that I'm still like kind of getting to know like the posts and stuff, so I'm not really sure about that yet.
Okay, so Danica says Shaco recipes. Okay, I love Shaco recipes, and I really need to share more of mine. That would be a good plan. It's so funny because I think about recipes for Shakeology in like the fall and December when it's like holidays, and I can do stuff like pumpkin spice or peppermint or things like that and not be weird about it. Okay, so Shakeology recipes.
I saw that the pumpkin Shakeology was sold out.
Yes, it sold out really fast. You guys, it was insane. Like the website broke. Like it broke. It legitimately broke. I did get 28 servings of it. Hold on, things to share. Like I was writing and then I stopped writing and I need to just write. What was I gonna do or ask? Yeah.
You were talking about the pumpkin spice.
Yeah, the pumpkin spice Shakeology broke the internet. It's okay though.
I want one though.
Okay, well, I have 28 servings. So this was my other question is I'm thinking I've done them in the past and I just need to get my brain on straight and just do it consistently. But I usually do some kind of a weekly challenge where like there's something a little bit extra to go do. It might be like add a 30-second plank to your workout today, or add 10 push-ups, or take a video of you doing your workout and post it on Instagram, or just take a selfie and just say I did my workout and tag your coach. Those kinds of things, just little extra challenges. But those kinds of things, or like sometimes I do posts on my own social media where I ask you guys where I ask you guys to go and just share your story on a post that I do or something, because that helps other people who are watching and wanting to join in but just not really sure. It helps them see like all of these people have been doing this and they're having success. They're all different. Some of them might be like me. I could do this too. But I like rewarding you guys for participation, things like that. So I'm totally down to like I'll be mailing some pumpkin spice Shakeology samples out.
Yes,
For
please.
those of you who want to.
No interruption.
Okay. Shako recipes. Okay. Trying to think. Do you guys just like no, I'm not like nobody's being judged, but I'm wondering, have any of you guys implemented affirmations, or like, do you not know how to do affirmations? That's something you would benefit from learning more about. Amanda's over here like nodding her head like, yes, yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So affirmations, like I think the power of affirmations is something that it is ridiculous, like how quickly our brain and the negative mindset can just get stuck in our heads. And how much we do get stuck in our heads all the time. I was seriously, just because I felt physically crappy today, I was so mentally stuck for a while. I was just like, I was listening to this call where they were talking about ways to like make sure you're giving your challengers the best experience ever. And I was just like, I'm such a crappy coach. Like, I am not doing enough. And like all of these negative thoughts started rolling through my head. And then I go into the app and then I see, Danica, I love it. And then I looked in the app and I saw like, it was a post from yesterday, but I saw, I think it was Michelle and Brandy and Sarah had commented on the post that Rachel Hollis, that little video that she did. It was like 30 seconds or something of her just like throwing it down and just saying like, guys, stop. You have to give yourself permission to just do this. And just seeing you guys encourage each other, and Brandy, what you said, like I was just like, okay, I'm doing something right. I need to stop getting like into the comparison game. Like, there's nothing wrong with me. I'm fine. It'll be okay. I'm learning. And that's what I have to keep telling myself, is that that I'm giving myself permission to fail forward and to learn as we go. And so like, I need you guys, like if there's anything that you feel like I've ever done or that I've ever said that you're just like, that wasn't really helpful, I wish you wouldn't have said that, then it's okay if you tell me that. I'm not going to be offended. I might be a little bit sad for like 5 seconds and then I'll be fine. Because I am a people pleaser. And so like, it makes me feel bad when I like feel like I let you down, but I do need you guys to communicate. If there's anything that you feel like, oh my gosh, she's really not doing this very well, or, you know, just any of those things. Because that's what helps me get better. And so anyway, I definitely want to teach you guys more about affirmations, because saying affirmations doesn't have to be complicated, and it also it should not be empty. It really has to address like specific things that you're fearful of, or that you are, oh, nice. Sorry, I just got a note from Zoom that says, here's a gift. We've removed this 40-minute limit. I'm like, okay, this is new. Okay, I'm watching the timer though. Okay, that's bad. It just told me it has unlimited minutes. This is bad. I do need to set a timer though, because I don't want to keep those of you that are on Eastern time awake. But what was I saying? Okay. Affirmations. I've just learned a lot about affirmations. I used to just say a lot of affirmations that I am strong, I am beautiful. And it's not that those are bad affirmations to start with, but really just diving deep into whatever it is the insecurity is, it really helps. Like if you have a fear of just like if you're self-sabotaging yourself in your weight loss or in your fitness journey, because for whatever reason, you have this fear that if you are healthier, it's going to mean that you're, I don't know, there's some crazy beliefs that people believe. I think that this is one from Girl Wash Your Face. She just talks about like people believing that like, well, if I lose too much weight, then I'll be like considered slutty, or I'll be like, it's not good. Like it's like a negative stigma around the idea of being thinner or being active or being fit or whatever it is. And so like when you have that kind of subconscious belief, even if you don't even really believe it, it just kind of has been there because it's just been what you've grown up seeing for so long. You have to combat that every single day with something consciously said to your brain. And that's what affirmations are. So anyway, I won't go into that more right now, because I will I'll either do like a video or find a really good video from someone else who can like explain how to create affirmations. But I think it would be really cool to see, like, just challenge everybody to just create an affirmation and to share their affirmations, like share their fear and then share their affirmation for whatever it is. Like, this is going to sound silly, but because you guys know, and I have so many friends tell me, like, Danae, you're such a good mom. But there are some days that I really feel like a horrible mom. Like, I just feel like, oh my gosh, I'm too impatient, or I'm not doing fun enough things with Joshua, or like every time he has a meltdown, or he looks like he's at this age where he gets really like emotionally offended.
Oh,
like he kind
those
of
are the
just, it's
worst.
like the end of the world. And it's like, oh dear, what did I do? I feel like I've just ruined your childhood. and I haven't, but I have an affirmation that I just wrote today. That says, like, I am an incredible mom because I am home and present for my kids like all day long. I take them to fun activities and the play dates, and I make sure to read stories to them and to nourish them and provide for them. And I'm intentionally present and spend quality time with my children. Like, because sometimes I really have to remind myself, like, I am doing a good job, because those little negative voices will get over here and they'll just chat on my shoulder for like the whole day. And so anyway, I just can't stress those enough. Oh, my sister's texting me. What is she texting me about? It's only downside to having an iPhone and the Tanya, I break my boys' hearts daily.
Apple.
Yes, the Apple computer and the Apple phone, they talk to each other. And so then they're like,
Yeah.
notifications, bing. Okay, so talking more about affirmations, teaching you guys more about that. Okay, I know it's like super, super late. I feel like this has been really helpful, but I wanted to just, if you guys are open to it, anyone who's like either willing to type it in the chat or just tell us out loud. I would love it if you guys would just tell us your name, because sometimes we have names that are hard to pronounce. And tell us your name, where you're from, and tell us what your goal is for the last, 2 weeks of September. Just like, what's your goal, or what program are you planning to complete? Something like that. So Amanda, you're the first one on the list. Do you want to go first?
I'm Amanda. I'm from Vancouver, Canada. My goal is still to sign a coach or 2 or 3. Yeah.
Let's go for 3.
Yes. I just have lots of conversations happening, but nothing's going. Nothing's happening.
Well, we will talk about that more, and we'll figure out how to get those going. Okay, Michelle, you're next.
Okay.
At least in my order you are.
I'm Michelle Rackham. I live in Northern Virginia, super close to DC. I just started the Lift 4 program, and it's kicked my butt. It's really, and I feel really sore, but I feel good. My goal the next 2 weeks is to really stick to the nutrition. Something that I was going to ask you that you were asking, like what we wanted to see more of, was just on like the time nutrition, because I know like at least with 80-day obsession, like it had the printout for like the meals, and so what I have a hard time is it's like every day is kind of different, and so just coming up with like different, I guess, like samples for different days, like how to schedule in my containers. So I think that's what I have a hard time. I don't even know if that makes sense, but
no, I think I understand. Can I just rephrase what I hear you saying?
Yeah.
So kind of what I'm hearing you saying is that you've got like X amount of containers to have throughout the day, and you're not really sure exactly when to have what. Like, when do you put a red container and a green container and a blue container together, or how, like, see some visual examples of like how to space out your food?
Yeah, something like that. And I know with 80-day obsession, like at least the one, well, mine, like it would say like start off with like a green container before you work out, but I just can't eat before I work out. Like I feel like I'm gonna throw up.
Yeah, I know. Like right now, I don't know.
can't
When I did
do
AD Dev session, I had to get used to it because I was just like, okay, I'm going to do the time nutrition. And I found something that ended up working. I just made these like breakfast muffins and they were super easy to eat. And working out on them, unless it was a cardio day, it was not too bad. But with Lift 4, like every day is a cardio day because you're like dying and it's totally awesome. But, yeah, so understanding just the container system. Have you used or like looked into the Fixate like recipe show at all? Autumn has some tips in there.
Yes, and I actually did print some out, and I made kind of like a cookbook, like with a binder, and I printed out a bunch of recipes that look good.
Okay,
She has a
yeah, the
ton
recipes
on
are
there.
so good. The recipes are super helpful. So definitely utilizing the recipes, and then what was I going to say?
That's what I really struggle with is the time nutrition.
So with Lift 4, it's not so much like, I don't know if this is how you guys all took it, but I know like for me, it was pretty much just like his big focus is like, you guys you can eat however you want to space those containers together. You can totally do whatever you want any time of the day. Like there's no, like you can't have carbs after 6 or you can't have a fruit after 5 or, anything like that. Like it's just making sure that you get your numbers up because the containers really measure your macros. And getting enough of your protein and your carbs and your healthy fats, like that balance, as long as you're getting, like, let's say you have 5 green containers to eat throughout the day and you've got 4 red containers and 3 green, it might be a little off, but, or three yellows, then spacing those out. It would basically, to me, what I would do is I would just say, okay, I have a yellow one that I'm going to have at breakfast. I'll have a yellow at, lunch and I'll have a yellow at dinner. So then like you just space it out a little bit differently. But I pretty much plan my meals based on protein, if that makes sense. So like I think, okay, what's my source of protein for breakfast? What's my source of protein for a snack? Usually that's my Shakeology. Then I've got lunch and then dinner. I might have a snack in between there, especially lately. But once I have those proteins spaced out, then I go in and I say, okay, what can I pair with this? Like if you have Greek yogurt in the morning, then like a good way to pair that would be like maybe some granola or some oatmeal, things like that. And so the meal planning, what is it called? The meal plans, there's meal plans in the file section of the group of the app. And some of them they're like, there should be one for every calorie tier of the portion container system, which is what you can utilize. So that it just gives you some examples and shows you like different types of foods and how you can rotate those throughout the week and things like that. But there's also going to be tons of resources like on Pinterest too. Like if you look on Pinterest and just type Lift 4 plan A or plan B.
A couple days ago on Pinterest. The other thing I wanted to ask real quick, I'm sorry to take up so much time.
Oh, that's okay.
Is it okay if, like with the containers, like with like a green and a purple, can I make that into a smoothie? Like, do you recommend that?
Oh yeah, you can totally do that. You can blend those up however you want. You can cook your greens, you can blend them in a smoothie, you can add them with your Shakeology. Like I usually do my Shakeology and like a cup of spinach, like a frozen cup of spinach, and just blend that all up together. It makes my smoothie green, but whatever. Can't really taste it.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Okay, Brandy, I know that you are like dragon. You're like, I'm gonna fall asleep now.
I've been up for a long time.
Oh, stop. Don't do that. Okay, well, would you mind introducing yourself and just tell us where you're from and then just what's your top goal for the rest of this month?
I'm Brandy. I'm from Nebraska. And for the rest of the month, I just plan on finishing my program, Country Heat, and then having some downtime with my shoulder and then starting back up.
Well, I'm super proud of you. You pretty much made it through Country Heat. Like, you got to like shout that to the world because that's like a whole calendar done.
It's been a challenge because I also have my strength training and my physical therapy. And so my day starts at 4 a.m. and usually I'm in bed by now, but.
Well, we're glad you came to hang out with us, but I want to let you go to bed. Like, oh, I feel bad. This time
Don't
difference.
feel bad.
This has got to go away. You guys should all just join the Arizona train of no daylight savings. It's the greatest.
Been working on that actually.
Oh yeah, I know. You said you were planning on maybe moving to Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
So have you like got any concrete plans there yet?
Still trying to finalize a few things, but I'm hoping that by the spring I will be in a better place.
Well, we will totally be happy to have you down here. It's hot sometimes, but I think
I like the desert. The humidity out here is gonna kill me.
Yeah, humidity's not fun. It's rainy
No.
today and it's just been blah. Anyway, all right. Well, thank you, Brandy. We'll let you go to sleep. I'm going to wrap it up with Tanya, and then Danica, if you want to type in your intro over here, or if you want to talk, you totally can talk and whisper, whatever you want to do. But Tanya is in Colorado. She loves Colorado. She used to live in Florida where it was sweltering and humid and horrible. And she moved to Colorado, and now like all her pictures, she's got these gorgeous mountain pictures and hikes, and yeah, she's got the life there. And anyway, okay, her goals are to sign up more coaches and be able to start her workouts again. I know you've been sick, which is the worst. And then she's debating between Lift 4 or 80-day obsession. I personally would say Lift 4, or you could do like the hybrid Lift 4 that Joel posted in the Lift 4 challenge group, the exclusive coach test group. He posted like a calendar for that where it kind of blends a few different things. I think it basically does Lift 4 again, sort of, but you have like core to force thrown in there and a few other things. Okay, awesome. Okay, Tanya, Danica, and where'd you go? Amanda, if you guys have like 10 more minutes after this, then I wanted to chat a little bit about the coach goals and the Success Club goals. Okay, living in Idaho, Danica, not your favorite place, but you accepted. Idaho is gorgeous this time of year. It's just when you get to like December through like March that it's really cold. It's so cold. I've been there. I almost lived there. And then I met my husband and I was like, no, not living in Idaho. Not living there. It's through May. There's no summer. It's just the eternal winter. She's doing Lift 4 right now, and she wants to hit Success Club by the end of the month, which she is totally going to do. So for those of you that are not coaches or that don't know the coach lingo, like Success Club basically just means that they are they're helping 2 to 3 new people every month. So just by helping, really it's by helping 3 people every month. But as long as you help 3 people get started with something like a challenge pack, then what that does for your business is that it's gradually building your clientele and building the people that you're helping on a consistent basis, like people that you're helping to build this lifestyle with you. It's like basically creating your own tribe, and it's super fun. And when you're starting off, sometimes you do what I do and you do what I did, and you start out with like your mom and your mother-in-law and your sister-in-law as your first 3 clients. And then your second month, you have like a couple friends from high school and another sister-in-law. And then eventually you get some momentum going. But it is totally possible to help 2 to 3 people every single month. And it just gives us a little, I don't know, as coaches, I feel like it gives us a little more purpose, because it's like we're not just here for ourselves, because that is important. It is important to like be doing this for yourself and to recognize you're in this and you're dedicated to your goals and you're committed. But it makes it easier to stay committed sometimes when you have other people that you know are counting on you. So that's kind of just been some of the beauty of coaching. So anyway, I know this was late. I'm thinking at least twice a month I want to do something like this. Whether it's just like a meet and greet where everybody from the group can just come in, or we'll do like a kind of a join in with the team call and give us feedback kind of thing. You guys like that idea? It doesn't necessarily have to be in the evening. I feel like late in the evening might be kind of rough. But maybe we'll try like an afternoon one time, and we'll just see if we can roll it with the time differences or something. Okay, well, Brandy and Michelle, you guys are totally welcome to hang out if you want to hang out, but I'm just going to chat with Amanda and Danica and Tanya for a few more minutes just about some of their coach specific, their business related goals. But if you like want to go to sleep, you can totally go to sleep. You guys like night owls over here. Anyway, but I just
Have a
want to
good night,
thank
guys.
everyone for hopping on. You guys are
Night.
awesome.
Good to meet you.
Yeah. Bye, Michelle. Go to sleep.
Bye.
I know it's like what, 12 midnight?
It's almost midnight. Yeah.
You look wide awake.
I know. I was doing homework. All right. I'll
Okay.
talk to you guys
Okay,
later. Bye.
bye. Okay, so that was fun. Delaney is crying, so Danica is trying to comfort the crying sad baby. That's always really hard. Okay, and she has awesome headphones, so she can hear us. Hi, we see your outline. I'm such a nut, you guys. You got them for free. How? Okay, Amanda, you said your top goal is you want to sign up 3 coaches. Can you just knock out, like, show me, well, what do you call it? Show me if you can. You can screenshot it, or you can just like show me on your phone, or just summarize like what's one of the conversations that you feel like should be going somewhere but isn't.
I'm on my phone, so I'm not really sure how to do that.
That's okay.
I just like the conversations are like talking about how, I don't know, just they're interested in signing up for packages, but then they're like also wanted to sign up as a coach because then they can get the discount, like that kind of thing.
Okay.
Maybe I might want to do it in the future, but then they haven't really signed up for anything.
Okay. Have you sent out share carts?
Yes.
Okay. Have you followed up with them and said, hey, did you get the share cart link? Have you taken a look at things?
Yes.
Okay. Have you come directly out and just asked them, hey, so I noticed that you've seen your share cart. Is there anything that's holding you back right now?
So for one person, I have asked that, and then I can see that they have read the message, but they haven't responded. And that was a couple of days ago.
Okay.
So I just don't know if I should like keep pushing people or just like.
So it's kind of a crazy balance. I feel like sometimes, because I will tell you, like I probably have, if I went and looked in my back office, I probably have like 10 share carts from the last 6 months that people have looked at and never did anything with. And those were people who they were like, I'm ready to sign up. I'm going to do this. And then they just didn't do anything. And it sucks, but ultimately all it means is they're just not ready yet, or they're not quite in the place. And so what I do in those cases is that to me is just proof that I need to use whatever excuse or whatever fear that they have. And I am going to post about that because I know that they're watching. They're watching my posts. They're watching my stories. They're basically watching to see, is she still going to keep showing up? Like if I'm not here, or if I'm not doing this with her, like, because she said she wants me to do this with her, like, is she going to stop showing up if I'm not here? You have to show, like, through your example, through posting, through like your Insta stories, like however it is that you feel like you communicate best to people, you're basically addressing those fears and those objections by sharing your own story. And so like Amanda, that's where you would go in and you would talk about like, it took me 8 months or 6 months to finally like dive in and do this. And I had so many insecurities and I had so many things that I was afraid of failing. But ultimately what it came down to is I was tired of being stuck, or, you know, whatever it was that was the mental shift for you. Like you talk about where you were, you talk about what happened to change that. And then you talk about what you're doing now and how you're here to help people. That's kind of the general pattern. You make a post that you really like are trying to address that objection. You tell your story. Then you tell them what changed. Then you tell them, this is how I changed, or how I'm continuing to live this lifestyle. And then you give them a call to action and say, if you're ready to do this with me now, or if you're ready to, if you're in the same place that I was in, then give me like a heart or send me a quick message. Let's chat, because I would love to support you. It's just that kind of repetitive thing. And you guys, like, there's nothing wrong with sharing your story 2-3 times a week. Just share different parts of it. And so like maybe one time you talk about how hesitant you were. Maybe another time you talk about how you figured out the money thing. Maybe another time you talk about I don't know, just like body image or self-confidence or just anything like that. And there's so many different ways that you guys can share your stories. It's just getting creative and thinking outside the box when you do it. Okay, so that's just, you gave me that one example of the girl who said she was ready to do it. The other thing that I've done before too is you can make a list. Oh my gosh, you guys, why am I like out of breath? I'm like sitting here talking. I'm out of breath. I'm like, I need to breathe. You can make a list. And so you just can make this pretty much on anything. Oh my goodness, where'd it go? I use the app WordSwag because I love WordSwag. It's well worth the $4 app that you pay. You pay for the app itself because you get to do cool things and decorate your words and things like that. And I don't do a ton with text anymore. I used to. Like if you watched my posts from like a couple years ago, you would have seen lots of things. But I have some pictures in here that I've created before, and I need to actually create some for the October group that they're basically just like this, where they show a list of people and they say who basically has either fully committed and they're like on my list, or they're people who have said maybe, and I'm just trying to make sure that they see that their name's on my list and that I'm here for them and that I think they're ready to go. Because sometimes they just need to see their own name, or sometimes they don't see their name on the list and then they get major fear of missing out and they're like, like,
Yeah.
oh, Danica, I love that idea. But giving them that fear of missing out and just basically just continuing to show up regardless of whether or not they're actually ready or not. And just don't necessarily get hung up on the people who said they were ready and they're really not. Just move on. They will come back when they're ready. You can follow up with them. If they like don't respond by the end of the week, then just follow up with them next week and say, hey, I'm getting ready to start my October 1st group. This is the deadline to get started. Do you want to get started with me? Because sometimes just giving that clear and cut deadline, like you have to give them that deadline. Otherwise their brain is like, well, I have time. I can decide later, or I'll just look at that later. Like they need the deadline. So give them the deadline. We start October 1st. You have to order by September 30th. Are you in? So that's helped me, at least, is just being direct with people, and following up. Like you guys, don't be afraid to follow up. If you're bothering someone, they will tell you. They will tell you. I have been told before, please stop messaging me. I don't want to join a group. I don't want to be a coach. And I say, okay, thanks for your time. That's awesome. I'm glad you're honest with me. I appreciate the honesty. And then I just move on. I just take them off my list and I don't talk to them. I might see their face in Facebook and I just say, hey, you're so cool. Like, thanks. And then we just like life moves on. They don't hate me. They just needed to communicate. Please stop bothering me. And they'll tell you that. I mean, you guys can attest to the fact, like, I know Danica, like I messaged you sometimes and you didn't reply because you were like in the middle of pregnancy and crazy. And sometimes people just have crazy lives and they just forget to reply. So following up on a regular basis, even if it's, I mean, I would not do it every single minute of every single day because that's just weird. But I mean, if you followed up every couple days, especially if they said, yes, I'm ready, send me the link, then, I mean, that's just showing that you're concerned for them. At least that's the way that I feel about it. I feel like I'm concerned for you. I haven't heard back from you. Like, what's the deal? And sometimes they may still not respond, and that's okay. Just knowing that you're there is enough. Okay. So what was I going to ask you guys? In general, how are you guys expanding who you're talking to? I guess like, we'll wait for Danica and Tanya to type for a second. But like, I want to just know, like, how are you guys either getting out to talk with more people? Like, how are you pulling together who you're going to talk to every single day? Because when you run out of people to talk to, there's always more people. It's just getting outside the box and figuring out, okay, where can I talk to more people? Okay, 3 new messages. Go down. Okay. Danica, you said, I'm not expanding my network. I'm the worst. So totally have been. Okay. So I'm like watching messages roll in and reading. Okay. Expanding your network intentionally every single day. So, okay. I'm at a place in my business where, I mean, I just decided I kind of hate going out and looking for new people. I would rather have someone else help me find new people. So I have like done an Instagram service where you can, there's different services. I can talk to you guys about them and like share about them if you guys want to look into them. But there's one that they talked about on the National Wake Up Call last week. And it basically is an Instagram growth platform, and it's like $10 a month, something super, super cheap. But what it does is that it helps you target your type of person based on similar accounts or hashtags or things like that. So that's what I do. I have an Instagram service that I pay. It's called 21 Social, and there's just tons of different services. Some of them are going to be closer to, $50 to $100 a month, and others, they can be as little as $10 or $5 a month. Or some of them are even like $10 for 3 months. I actually think that the one that they talked about on the National Wake Up Call was like $10 for 3 months. So it's well worth having something like that, especially if you have a hard time remembering to go and consciously find people. But finding new people. If you guys like don't remember, in the Facebook training, there is share. How do I get back to it? In the Facebook training that we have, our team training, there's a section in here that talks about expanding and connecting. Micah's like the boss of expanding and connecting in your business. Why is it not showing me? Lame. Go down. Okay. So this is Micah's, like, basically just her expanding and connecting part of her power hour. You can do this every single day, or you can do this once a week. Like, there's no right or wrong way to do it. It's just that you do it consistently. Expanding with Instagram, some of the best ways to do that are to pretty much, you just think about things like in your lifestyle that you use. So like Danica, you mentioned that you have like some Apple products from being a teacher. So finding teacher accounts or finding dance teacher accounts, other girls like you or other people like you who have a huge following on Instagram, those are the accounts you go and you look for, and you look for your kind of people on them. And then you start, Mike calls it the 5-3-1 rule, but it's basically just where you go, you go and you like and comment on 5 of their posts, and then you follow them and or message them. Totally nothing wrong. I've done it both ways before, but it helps to just intentionally do that every single day and to make that like a part of your power hour, so to speak. So like I am expanding and connecting every single day, just because that's part of like how the Instagram service works. And so I get new messages from people every single day because I'm paying someone else to send them. But when I was not doing that, I was intentionally going and looking for 3 to 5 people every single day, or 20 people a week, whatever it is. Like when you have like downtime, like in the middle of the night, like when you're nursing your baby in the middle of the night, that's like prime time to go and follow people on Instagram. Like just pull up like Target Baby or some other nursing mom kinds of pages on Facebook or things like that, and just send requests. Like the worst they can do is just not follow you back. And that's like really I feel like I used to get hung up, or I've had coaches too who just got hung up on the like, well, but I'm not friends with them, or like they don't know me. Instagram people don't care. They just want to see if you're a cool person and you're posting something inspiring or something humorous or something, something that they're connecting with. And if you are, they'll follow you. And if you're not, they'll just move on with their life, and that's fine. But expanding is really, really important because that's how you get new eyes on your stuff. So you can do that by intentionally looking for people, but you can also do that by using different hashtags, by tagging locations in your Instagram stories is super awesome. I feel like I talk about this sometimes, but like right now, everybody smile. We're going to do an Instagram story. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So like I'm going to put this Instagram story in. And I'm going to there's the little sticker button, the smiley face stickers up here. It's like a smiley face and a sticker with a corner. And up in there is the thing that says location. You click the location, and let's just, somebody throw out a location. Pick a place. in the US, the UK, or Canada. Trying to think of a place. Where's a place? We're going to do like, what's it called? Indiana. I don't know why that just came into my head, but whatever. Indiana. I can't type. Okay, so I'm going to tag Indianapolis, Indiana, but I'm not going to leave it. Oh, good grief. Come on. I'm not going to leave it like this because that's weird. People will be like, you're not in Indianapolis. Like, why are you tagging them? So what you do is you click on that again, the sticker, and it does, it changes it to be see-through. And then I shrink it. And I basically make it like a tiny pixel in the picture so nobody can see it. What it does, though, is it shows your Instagram story to different people. Even just doing this like a couple times a day or a couple times a week, that will help get new eyes on your stuff. And if you're consistent in your stories, if you're consistent in posting, then you're going to get people who follow you consistently because you're showing up and you're showing them she's showing up every single day. Like, people can't help but watch. They can't help but watch when you're showing up every single day because they're like, well, the crap, this girl's like, in my case, this girl's like 8 weeks pregnant and she says she feels sick, but she just did a workout. So why am I not doing a workout? like that's the kind of thing that goes through people's heads when they watch stuff like that. And Instagram stories, guys, it is like TV. People just sit there and they just watch Instagram stories for hours and hours. And it is ridiculous. When I am doing that, when I'm watching Instagram stories, I am intentionally connecting with people. So just be careful that you don't just get stuck in the Instagram story feed like you do the Facebook feed. Like, just try and be intentional with that because it can be a little,
I started adding more people on Facebook and Instagram because I found that I get more people on Facebook than I do on Instagram.
Awesome. Yeah. And so like Danica, like I know you have a huge, you have a ton of people on Facebook who follow your Facebook. So if you stick with Facebook for a little while and just like gradually work your way into Instagram, that's totally fine. You can blow up Facebook. I mean, like, it's totally fine. There's no wrong place to be working from. Just pick the place that makes the most sense for you, where your posts are getting the most engagement, where you're able to connect with people the best, or, where you feel like your audience is at. And, Tanya, hope Larkin feels better. And just do that. Like, do that until it stops working and then start learning something else. It is going to help you a lot in your business to work from Instagram. But I mean, I can tell you, like, of the 4 of you guys on this call, 2 of you I became friends with on Facebook. That was it. Like, I think Amanda, we were friends on Instagram first, and then I pulled you over to Facebook. I said, let's chat on Facebook. Because Facebook is easier to talk on. But like Tanya, I found Tanya in a mom's group like 2 or 3 years ago, and we became friends on Facebook and started chatting, and it was totally fine. Let's see. And then Danica, like, same thing. I don't even remember how we became friends on Facebook. I think I just randomly friended you and I was like, hey, she looks cool. And then you started like commenting on my stuff and I was like, oh, she's really cool. And she's pregnant. Oh, I'm crazy, guys. It's like 9:00. It's my bedtime. Okay. You said, anti-social media, he doesn't have an account. So, okay, it's not impossible for him to work with people like by word of mouth. When you think about it, like when Beachbody first started, it was all word of mouth. That was it. Like, it was all people talking in their personal training classes, in their group fitness classes, telling people like, I'm drinking this Shakeology, you should totally try it. Come try it at my house. Like, that's what people used to do. And some of the things that have helped, I think, in the case of like personal trainers or people who just really are not really into social media, is to hear from people, who have been in a similar situation. So like, just to give you some ideas, Jamie Fitzpatrick is a guy who, he actually owned his own gym. He's a coach with Beachbody now. He's like a 15-star diamond coach, and he's amazing. He's totally awesome. But he was totally anti-Beachbody for a really, really long time. Like he had a part of it was he did not really understand the coaching opportunity itself, but he also just was like, I'm never going to do that. Like, that's not going to be successful, you know, things like that. And he had to learn social media. And for a guy, that can be a little bit intimidating because most people on social media, like 80 to 90% of them on social media consistently who are not creepers are girls. Like, so it can feel weird to be like, okay, how can I be a guy and be intentional and authentic on social media and be basically coaching girls and not be like, they're weird. I don't want them to follow me. I don't want to talk to them. Things like that. So Jamie Fitzpatrick and Scotty Hobbs are two really good coaches. I would just look up, like, I mean, we could find some videos on Instagram or Facebook, whatever it's called, YouTube. That's what I meant. But Jamie Fitzpatrick, he's really good at explaining the business side of things. And for guys, they're really analytical most of the time. And so sometimes they just need to understand, okay, what is this really doing? How could this really help me help people and to create a sustainable source of income? So Jamie Fitzpatrick and Scotty Hobbs, I swear Scotty Hobbs started with like 0 friends on Facebook. Like, I mean, he had like less than 100 friends on Facebook, and he actually lives in Idaho. Speaking of Idaho, but not really related, sort of related, kind of not. We need to make sure you guys all go to Super Saturday. It is on October, what is the date? I think it's the 19th. Come on, calendar, open. October 19th or 20th is usually the days that the Super Saturdays will happen. So let me just show you guys really quick. This is how you find where to go to Super Saturday. Team Beachbody, please work. It's Wednesday night, so it might not work. If it doesn't work, then I'll show you guys later. But it's like, it's so essential that you guys get to a Super Saturday. There will be some Super Saturdays somewhere around you. Like, I would guarantee it. You just have to look for it. So you're going to sign in, go to your coach office, go. Slow internet. Okay. And in the coach office, there's always a section that says, oh my gosh, does it make you guys sign in like 20 million times? It is so dumb. Like, why can't it just be smart? Okay. It is going to be in here in like events, and click upcoming events, Super Saturday. You click into Super Saturday and you pretty much type in here in this find a Super Saturday event. You type your zip code or your like area that you live. So like, I can't see on the map. It's too small. So like they've got some in Canada. They've got some in random locations all around Canada. Heck, there's one in South Korea. What? Why is there one in South Korea? There might be like a military family that lives over there and she's doing like something with some other military families. There's some in the United Kingdom. Not that you guys are going to the United Kingdom, but I mean, you get what I mean. There is one everywhere. Okay, so in the spot over here, you can search. So like Boise, Idaho. Okay, so it's showing the closest one is in Montana. Did I type the right thing? What's your zip code? Oh, hold on. How do I go back? Chat. How can I see the chat? 83687. 83687. 8. Okay, maybe it did give me the right ones. All right, so at the moment, it does not look like there's one. Oh, wait, is this Idaho? Or is this not? I cannot even tell. What is with this map? It looks like Missoula. Is that in Montana or is that somewhere else? So you're in Boise, so that's probably really far. I do know they're having one in Salt Lake, and the Salt Lake one is always huge and it's super fun. Like, you should get to it. If you can get to it on October 20th, I think it's the 20th, it will be so much fun. You will never regret like going to events. Yeah, Missoula is in Montana. And I think from what it looked like, it kind of looked like Missoula is further. It's like a further drive from Boise to Missoula than it would be from Boise to Salt Lake. Anyway, I know that like sometimes it's like, okay, why can't this just freaking be in my zip code? It just sometimes is not. I know that sometimes they do Idaho Super Saturdays, but it seems like a lot of the coaches in Idaho. Okay, there is one in Idaho. Why can't I see it? Sorry, I'm like, I see one. Anyway, we can look at that later. I need to let you guys go to bed. I'm like squirrel. But like, guys, it will be so much fun. You'll have a blast. You can find a way to get to a Super Saturday. Like, it will help your business just because it's going to help you. It's going to help you feel more connected. It's going to help you feel like you're a part of the Team Beachbody family. Like I want you guys to feel like these kinds of events, Summit and Super Saturday, like they're fun. They're just really fun. They help you like realize you can do this too. And that everyone else around you is just like you and nobody judges each other. Like everybody is super nice and there's people from every walk of life. And it's just really fun. Okay. I got to stop talking, guys. I'm sorry. This like went way longer. Darn Zoom giving us unlimited time. What is with that? Usually it cuts me off at 40 minutes and I have to be like, okay, I'm being quiet now. But okay. Do you guys have like anything that you guys have that you want to chat about more? If you feel like you're just like, okay, I'm just stuck on this, let's like chat in more in the team thread tomorrow. I'll like do my best to be in touch in the morning and possibly the afternoon. It's just Joshua's birthday tomorrow. So he's going to be at school in the morning. And then we're going to be like doing some stuff with him in the afternoon. And then I have choir practice. So morning might be the only time you can get a hold of me tomorrow. And then afternoon on Friday will be probably decent time. But you guys can help each other. So like message each other in the JoyFit Crew Facebook pod or post in the team page, like any of those kinds of things, because that's going to help you guys learn too. One of the best ways to learn, like this is just something as the teacher in me kind of geeks out about this, but you can learn something by watching, by reading, by doing, or you can learn it by teaching. And the way that it sticks the best is it's when you do it by teaching. When you teach someone else how to do something you've already done. So, I mean, let's like get that rolling. And then this weekend, I need to get over my fear of talking to you guys about my goals and just tell you what my goals are. I just don't want to keep talking because my throat hurts. So I'll tell you guys my goals tomorrow. I'll like go live in the team page or something. Tanya, we need to chat more about game plan for getting more coaches. So basically it's more like getting more eyes on your stuff and getting like expanding. But yeah, you guys are awesome. Thank you for hopping on. I'll let you guys all go to bed. Or not bed if you're like me and you're like, I don't want to go to bed. All right. Thank you guys.